This is the beginning of session 3. And again, we will begin the session with a little bit more practicing on our relaxation procedures. So if you'd begin by closing your eyes, let's just start right off by having you picture yourself in some very pleasant situation. Let's start off by having you picture yourself on the beach again. This is usually a very pleasant and relaxing situation. So let's just have you imagine yourself, and I want you to work very hard on all of the details that we mentioned. Imagine yourself again lying there on an air mattress on the beach. And it feels very warm. It's a warm day. You're sinking into the air mattress. Your whole body's quite relaxed. Very relaxed. If you've had a chance to practice some of the relaxation procedures, the next thing we're going to do should be fairly easy for you. This time, what we're going to do is have you, first of all, still imagine yourself lying on the air mattress on the beach. Now, as you're lying there, I want you to not actually tense up a muscle, as we mention it, but to just imagine that you're tensing the muscle, feeling a mild, very mild tension, and then the relaxation following this. Let's start off with your whole right arm. Without actually tensing your whole right arm, I want you to imagine lying on this air mattress and imagine yourself tensing up the arm. Okay, now you're relaxing it. Now your whole right arm, even though you didn't actually tense it up, you're now letting it relax, becoming more and more relaxed. That old numb feeling is coming over your arm again. A heavy, numb, completely relaxed feeling coming over your whole right arm. Now let's have you imagine once again your arm is tensing up. And now you're relaxing it. And as your arm relaxes, your whole body relaxes just a little bit more. Now let's move over to your left arm. You're still lying on the air mattress, feeling warm, relaxed, very comfortable, feeling a little bit of warmth on your face now. The sun's been coming down on you for a couple minutes, relaxing you, drying out all the tension. Feel a little bit of warmth on your chest. The sun dries out the tension, relaxing your whole body more and more, going deeper and deeper into a state of complete relaxation. Now you're imagining that your left arm is tensing up slightly. Just feel a mild tension there. Now you're letting it relax. Just letting your left arm relax completely, becoming heavy and numb. Heavy and numb as you relax it so completely. This particular technique of relaxing the muscles of the body without tensing them up can be used in some situations where you can't just start out by relaxing and tensing up muscles because of the people there, but this will give you a method to use in a variety of situations. You've been lying on the air mattress on the the beach now, still going deeper, deeper into the air mattress. Your breathing's deep, regular, completely relaxed, completely relaxed. Breathing deeper, deeper, more and more relaxed. Now let's move down to your stomach. Your chest has completely relaxed through the breathing. Let's imagine that your stomach is tense. Just imagine that it's tense. Okay, now let it go. Let it relax. As you relax your stomach, your whole body relaxes just a little bit more. Your whole body goes just a little bit deeper and deeper into a completely relaxed state. And now, moving down to your right leg, just imagine as you're lying on the air mattress, sinking deeper and deeper into a relaxed state, that your right leg is tensing up. And now you're letting it relax. Your right leg is relaxing, going deep, deep into complete relaxation. Each muscle you relax in this method relaxes your whole body. Your whole body going deeper and deeper into a completely relaxed state. Now, the mastery of this technique of relaxing yourself simply by taking a few deep breaths and thinking of muscles to relax and letting them relax. This doesn't mean that you have to abandon the other technique of actually tensing or tightening a muscle and then letting it go. You can use the tensing or tightening of a muscle and letting it go at times when you're alone and want to reduce some of the tension that you feel under. Now let's do the left leg. I want you to imagine the left leg tensing. Now let it relax. Your left leg's relaxing. Whole left leg's relaxed. Your whole body's going deeper and deeper into a completely relaxed state. Your whole body becoming more and more relaxed. And now you become aware of the sea in the background. The waves rolling in, gently rolling in. Listen to the waves. This will help you develop your powers of imagination and help you in following the scenes we will present later. Listen for the waves, one by one, rolling in. Rolling in. Each wave splashing gently on the shore seems to say, relax, relax, relax. Your whole body going deep, deep into complete relaxation. Now, you're looking up at the clouds, and the big, soft, white clouds that seem like huge mattresses. Now, imagine yourself on top of one of those clouds, gently, gently floating down through that cloud. And when you reach the bottom, you will be back on your air mattress and completely relaxed, sinking down through that cloud. Notice the haze or fog drifting up past you on all sides. You're floating down to begin the presentation of the scenes. I want you to try to follow the details on this and imagine it just as though it were you involved in this. Let's say it's Christmas Eve or just the day before Christmas. You've gone into work for just a half day. Everybody's going to get off at noon in order to make the last minute preparation for Christmas. You haven't been drinking for about 8 months now. You feel really good about that. You've been successful at your new job. Right now you've got $80 in your pocket right after you get off work. You're going to go do some last minute Christmas shopping for the people you love. Everybody at work's just trying to look busy, but really they're just killing time till it's time to get off. Over by the water cooler, 3 or 4 guys are mixing bourbon with the water. They offered you a drink, but you just smiled and passed it up. They seemed to get a little mad at you when you wouldn't drink, but you didn't care. You've been doing a bit of work yourself, more just puttering around and visiting with the other fellows there at work. Then this fellow comes in with a case of Cutty Sark, Scotch whiskey, some of the finest whiskey there is. He got it on a real special deal. He won it at a raffle, and he's willing to sell it for $5 a fifth to get some Christmas money. That's about $3 under the market price. You're not interested, but everyone else at work is. You seem to be the only one with money. The fellows come up to you, one by one, and each borrow $5. This really gets you mad, but you know they're good for it. You'll get paid back on payday. You've even borrowed from them before. Each $5 you loan out. Well, that still leaves me $75 for shopping. Then the next 5. Well, I still have $70 for shopping. Until you only have $35 left. Then you start saying no to the fellows. You've already loaned out $45 to support their drinking habit. You're really mad now. Mad at yourself for loaning out most of your Christmas money. Mad at them for asking. Mad at yourself for not being able to say no because you wanted them to like you. Then they start breaking open their bottles, passing it around. You still say no. You wonder why they even ask you. They all know you had a drinking problem. They don't seem to like to see you sober and happy, perhaps. They want you drunk. But you're mad at having bought them the booze. You know you'll get your money back, but you still feel like they're drinking your booze. That gets you mad. You start feeling cheated. They're guzzling down your booze. You're mad, but haven't said anything. But you can smell the whiskey. It smells good. Another bottle comes in your direction. You can't pass it up because you feel like it's yours anyway. You say, okay, damn it, I'll have a drink. You raise the bottle to your lips. It smells good. It tastes good. It's Cutty Sark. You roll it around on your tongue and it has a little bite to it. You feel it running down your throat. You hold the bottle up and it just runs down your throat. You're drinking it as fast as it'll go down. They start reaching for the bottle, but you hold them back and drink till it's half gone. You hand the bottle back half empty and sit down, feeling a little dizzy. That's all you remember, and Christmas is shot to hell. Now imagine this scene, just as if it were happening at this moment. You're in a dark cell about 7 feet long by 4 feet wide. You're lying on a dirty cot. You can see the bricks and scrawled writings on the wall, where other prisoners have scrawled out their last cries for help in large letters. There are loud footsteps in the hall. 8 men with mustaches crowd around your door as the big metal door is being jerked open, creaking on its rusty hinges. 3 of them drag you out of the cell, down the hall, up a flight of steps, out into a courtyard. You're dragged to a post in the corner of the courtyard. You start screaming, no, I'm innocent. I'm innocent, as they tie your hands and feet to the post. You see 10 men in a row, about 15 relaxed. Whole body's going deep, deep into a state of complete relaxation again. The last unpleasant scene is fading from your mind, growing dimmer. Now picture yourself in a meadow, cool, clean meadow, lying by a stream, the water gurgling down below. You're relaxing now, just letting yourself lie there, becoming more and more relaxed, more and more relaxed. The last scene fades from your mind, more and more. And now, you see yourself, I want you to imagine this just like what is happening now. It's just a little after dark. You're walking along the street. You're feeling very lonely. You feel like there's no place to go. No one seems to care. And as you're walking along, you start finding yourself feeling a little more sorry for yourself all the time. You kind of know that you're feeling sorry for yourself, but you can't help it. And just as though by habit, as though your feet were thinking for you, you find yourself standing in front of a liquor store. You seem to know that you were heading there. And then you just say to yourself, well, it wasn't even me that did it. It was my feet that brought me here. So you walk in the store as though, what can I do? If my feet are taking me here. You walk in the store, look over the shelves, and your pocketbook will just take care of a half gallon of ruby port. You're thinking of that wine now, how good it's going to taste. You know that pretty soon you're going to be singing and happy and feeling good. For a while anyway. That wine's going to make you forget how lonely you are. Might even help you go out and find a friend to talk to. So you get the wine, step out of the store, walk about a half a block. You can hardly wait to get the bottle open. There's a little park. Walk in behind a tree, open up the bottle, and smell it. It's dark, there's nobody around. You take your first big swallow. It's going down very nicely. It feels good. But suddenly, you hear a siren down the street. I want you to imagine this just as though they were happening right at the moment. The siren's coming closer and closer. You wonder, who could that be? You try to hide the wine bottle. Out at the curb, a strange car screeches to a stop. 3 big men jump out. They run over and grab you. They say, "Here he is." They're dragging you to the car, racing off with you in the car, the siren screaming away. At their headquarters, they drag you into a room. They don't even look like policemen. They have some kind of funny uniforms on. You're staring up at a bright light. You can see this just as though you were actually there. The room is full of people shouting at you, but you can't see them because the light shines in your eyes. A hand lashes out and strikes you in the face. Confess. Admit you did it, a voice yells. Did what you asked. They don't answer, they just say, "Confess, confess," and you're struck again. You can feel it on your face, just as though you were hit in the face. And pretty soon they're just hitting you all over the body, in the stomach. You can't see who's doing it, just arms flashing out at you. Just arms out of the darkness. Just like something blocks out the light, and then suddenly your head's reeling again, or you've got a new pain in your arm or your stomach. Your face is getting swollen. Blood is in your eyes and your mouth, running down on your clothes. They yell at you to confess. They keep yelling. They're screaming at you. Foul words. They call you every name in the book. Your whole body feels bruised and beaten. They throw water in your face to revive you because everything's starting to go black. Their hands and arms are doubled up into fists, keep lashing at you. You try to cry out. You try to confess now, though you don't even know what it is you're supposed to have done. But before you can, you begin choking on your own blood, running down into your throat. And everything goes black. Okay, now let yourself relax. Take a deep breath. That's it. Just relax. That was a very unpleasant scene to imagine. And now it's fading more and more. You're going back, deep into complete relaxation. Becoming more and more relaxed. Your arms are relaxing more and more. The tension's going out of your muscles. Neck is relaxing. Chest. Deep regular breathing. Becoming more and more relaxed. The scene's fading from your mind. Now, I want you to imagine yourself sitting in your room, sitting in the place where you've done quite a bit of drinking. Just imagine yourself sitting there. You're looking around this room. You see the stuff on the wall that's usually there. Maybe a cabinet over in the corner. Feeling kind of lonely. A while ago you stopped at the liquor store, picked up a bottle. You kind of hesitate as you pick it up, but then you decide, oh, what the hell. So, you're opening it. Right away, inside. It smells good. Now, you're speeding up a little bit, opening it up. It smells good. It smells real good. You're raising it to your lips. You're drinking it down. Drinking it down, you can't seem to stop. You figure you need to get a good one under your belt right away to take care of some of those feelings that you've been having. You drink so fast that you just sort of float backwards. Floating backwards, lying back. You can't seem to coordinate. You're just lying back. Touch the bed and you seem to be out. And you don't know how long you were out. But now you're being awakened by a sloshing noise. The sound of rushing water. You get out of bed. You're panicked. You're a little groggy. The water comes up to your knees. It's rising rapidly. Your empty bottles floating in the water, floating higher. You notice that there's 3 or 4 bottles floating around in the water. You rush to the window, but somehow it's boarded up and you can't pull the boards off. The water's rising rapidly, it's rushing very rapidly, it's up to your chest. You can hardly move in the water. You move over to the door, it's locked. You don't have much time, the water's rising higher. You climb on a chair, but the room is filling rapidly. You stand on the chair, almost touching the ceiling. The water rises, and soon it's up to your chest again, up to your chin. A little getting into your mouth, washes down your throat, choking you. Suddenly, the chair, as you weave back and forth on it, trying to keep your balance, is washed away from under you. You're trying to stay afloat, gasping for breath. The water keeps rising. It's almost to the ceiling. You barely can gasp for breath because the water has filled the room except for a couple inches at the ceiling. The water tastes horrible, salty. You're choking on it. You gasp. One last gasp, and the room is full of water. Your lungs are now filling with water. You can't move. You're growing faint. Your arms aren't even flailing in the water anymore. You begin slowly sinking down into the water. It's black. You can't see anything. You've stopped thrashing. You're sinking, sinking. And then everything goes black. Okay, now just let yourself relax. Go completely into a relaxed state. Just let yourself drift. Let your muscles relax. Take a deep breath. The last unpleasant scene fades from your mind. Going deeper and deeper into a more completely relaxed state. Going deeper and deeper into a more and more relaxed state. Every muscle in your body you're allowing to relax, relaxing more and more. Going deeper and deeper into a more and more completely relaxed state. And now, a friend of yours that you used to run around with knocks at the front door. He says, hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. Let's go out and let's just go around and have a little fun. You say, well, no, I can't do that because I've given up drinking. And he says, oh, you don't have to drink. You don't have to drink. But then, you know that, if you go, there's a good chance you will. And it just so happens that things just seem to blow up that day. You had this big argument. Everything seemed to go wrong. The argument is what upsets you more than anything. You just haven't seemed to come down off it. You'd like to get out for a while. Yeah, you'd like to get out, just get away. Kind of feel like teaching somebody a lesson. If they're going to do that to you, well, you'll show them. So before you know it, you're out in this guy's car, taking off. He drives you straight to the bar. And he said to you, well, you don't have to drink, but you knew that he was just saying that. Get in the bar, walk in, dark, jukebox is playing. Bartender has this big happy smile, welcomes you. Sit down at the bar. You're thinking, well, am I going to order a Coke this time? Before you know it, your friend says, 2 beers. So, they bring these beers, set them down in front of you. What can you do but drink it? So, you raise it to your lips. And you drink half of it down at once. Feels cool, refreshing, and already it kind of rushes to your head. You feel just a little swell of emotions. Particularly, I'll show them. You're not quite sure how you're going to show them by drinking, but you kind of feel that way. You set that drink down. You've enjoyed it. You look at your drink. Something is in it. Something moving. You can't believe it. You look more closely. You don't believe this could be happening in the bar. You're sitting in this bar. Your drink is full of something now. Something that you look close and it's squirming. Something in your drink is squirming. You look again. You can hardly stand to look at it. It's so horrible because you're seeing spiders and worms squirming around in your drink. Squirming around in the drink, climbing over the edge of your glass, crawling down your hand that's holding the drink. And it seemed like it was a drink just a minute ago, but now what is it? You realize suddenly that you just took a big swallow of that mess. Your mouth feels crawling. It's horrible. The things are moving inside your mouth, in your throat. Spiders and worms are crawling in your throat, in your mouth, pushing their way out of your mouth, crawling about on your face. You don't believe this could be happening. The bartender seems to not notice. Your friend just sits drinking his beer without noticing. You try to brush them off. There's more and more of them. It's like a horrible nightmare, except it's real somehow. They're crawling out of the bottle. Spiders and worms crawling out into your hands, on your arms, in your face, in your mouth. You're trying to gasp for breath now because they just seem to be filling your lungs even. You slap at them, you try to brush them away. There's more of them still pushing out of your mouth. They seem to be breeding or reproducing. There's more. Your whole body is suddenly covered with them. You try to scream, they fill your throat and mouth, and you can't scream. You stand up, backing off, brushing them off. You're terrified. You're choking on the spiders and worms. You can't breathe. You fall over. Feel yourself hitting the barroom floor. They're crawling all over you, across your eyes. You feel their little mouths biting at your flesh. Thousands of painful, Now take a deep breath. Just let yourself unwind, relax. Just letting yourself relax. All the tension's going out of your body. Finding yourself again going deeper and deeper into a completely relaxed state. Loosening up the tense muscles, letting yourself drift, feeling relaxed. Feeling yourself resting. Relaxing your whole body just a little bit more. Now, you've just been to an AA meeting, and there's 3 or 4 new fellows there, and it's after the meeting, they've had the coffee, and these fellows, somebody told them they had to come to AA, or else they would be in trouble with the probation. But these guys, you kind of suspect that they don't really want to quit. And yet, they say to you, outside the meeting door, they say, well, we'd sure like you to stick with us for a while because we might think of having a drink. Now, you kind of wonder if they're faking you out a little bit, but let's say that you're not real convinced yourself, and a beer would sure taste good right now. There's something kind of funny maybe coming out of an AA meeting and then going to have a drink with the fellows. It's kind of like, you're not really pulling anything over on anybody, but in a sense, you get a little bit of that feeling. So before you know it, you're in these guys' car, and you don't even know why they bothered to come to the meeting, because in the car they get in there, what do they have? They've got some beer already on ice and a little ice chest. They pop this open and pretty soon everybody's got a can of beer in their hand, driving down the road, singing, real happy. You find yourself just under the pressure of those guys saying, come on, have a beer, have a beer. And you want people to like you. You don't want people to get mad at you because you refuse their hospitality. So you find yourself having a beer, drinking it down, thinking I'll just have one. But then suddenly the scene changes and you're going to imagine this in all its detail. You finally made it to bed that night, quite drunk. Imagine yourself, if you can, sound asleep, having a horrible nightmare. And this nightmare, as you lie in bed, it's almost like it were actually happening. You feel frozen, startled, but yet you can't quite wake up. You feel like you have died and you have been put into a coffin. You're feeling the sides You know you're really in bed, but you reach out and you can't move. The coffin is pinning you in. You're pinned into the coffin. Or maybe they just think you died, but they put you in the coffin. Now, you feel the coffin being lowered into a grave. It jiggles and jerks as they lower you down. You hear the winch up above, letting the coffin down into the hole. It's pitch dark, and you are afraid. You feel something on the top of the coffin. You know what it is. It's the dirt being put on the coffin. Your air is being cut off. You're beginning to suffocate in the coffin. And now you begin wondering if this is a dream or if it isn't a dream, because it seems so very, very real. And it's getting harder and harder to breathe. You can't seem to get any air at all. Your throat seems clamped shut. You can't get any air. You're gasping for breath. You gasp for breath again and again, and it just doesn't seem to come. It seems like you're in this coffin, very, very still, unable to breathe. You try to cry out for help, but you can't form the words because you can't get your air. And suddenly you sit up. You are awake now. It was just a dream. You fought awake finally. But you find you still can't breathe. You drank so much that it actually, when you were asleep, paralyzed your breathing apparatus. You're still suffocating. The booze paralyzed your breathing apparatus. Finally, you get one gasp of air. You seem to be able to get some air. You take another gasp. You cry out for help. Nobody's there. You're still gasping for air. You climb out of bed in the dark. The room seems to be full of red, staring eyes. You're terrified. You stumble over to the wall, still gasping for breath, and you click on the light. The staring eyes go away. It is still hard to breathe, but at least you are alive. You sit on the edge of the bed, shaking and trembling. You're afraid to go back to sleep because you're afraid you will choke to death. You sit there, trembling for a long, long time, afraid that you're going to die. What you just experienced was the paralysis of the breathing mechanism by very heavy, intoxicating effects. Now, let yourself relax again. Just let yourself completely relax, going back into a more and more relaxed state. Breathing becomes deep and regular again, more and more relaxed. Every muscle in your body is relaxing more and more.